from Group 13 will present about garbage disposal in water resources. There are a number of issues and obstacles with waste disposal in Malaysia. Malaysia has traditionally used landfilling as its main method of garbage disposal. However, lack of available landfill space have resulted in waste dumpings in water resources like rivers and oceans, which cause critical environmental and health problems. In some places, illegal dumping of waste have been ongoing issues. This action endanger ecosystem and public health by causing pollutions. Additionally, the infrastructure for waste management and landfill capacity in Malaysia are under strains due to the country's rising garbage productions. A sizable fraction of recyclable materials now end up in landfill as a result of inadequate recycling and waste reduction efforts. The government has started to address these issues in recent years. There have been initiatives to support waste to energy project development, trash separation at the source and recycling in order to enhance waste management procedures, boost recycling rates and lessen dependency on landfills. The government has also developed legislation and regulation.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURJANNAH BINTI with metric number 216545. Today, I will explain to you the cause why people throw garbage into river. The first cause is lack of adequate waste disposal infrastructure. In some areas, especially in developing countries, there may be lack of adequate waste management system. Having no garbage bins makes people dumping waste into the river. Next is laziness. Lazy people think that dumping garbage into rivers may be the easiest and a quick way to get rid of the waste. Now, let's move on to our next cause, which is lack of awareness and education. Many people may not be aware of the negative consequence throwing garbage into rivers or may not understand the importance of proper waste disposal. Lack of education on environmental issues can contribute to irresponsible behavior. Last but not least is industrial and commercial discharges. This is because of insufficient waste treatment facilities or non-compliance with rules. Businesses and industries occasionally discharge their waste straight into rivers or other bodies of water. Now, I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Firstly, garbage disposal in water can cause water pollution. Garbage that is dumped into the water can release harmful chemicals and toxins into the water. This can make the water unsafe to drink, swim in, or use for recreation. It can also harm aquatic life such as fish, shellfish, and other marine animals. The second effect of garbage disposal in water is can spread diseases. There are three ways of how disease can spread, such as vector-borne diseases, water-borne diseases, and food-borne diseases. Garbage disposal in water can create breeding ground for insects that carry diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and yellow fever. It also can contaminate water with bacteria and viruses. When people drink or swim with contaminated water, they can become infected with diseases such as typhoid fever. If the contaminated water is used to cook food, the contaminated food will bring diseases such as salmonellosis and E. coli. Next, the third effect is marine habitats will be destroyed. Garbage can entangle marine animals such as turtles, dolphins, and whales. This can cause injuries and even death. The garbage also can smother marine habitats by blocking sunlight and oxygen from reaching the plants and animals that live there. This will lead to the death of the organism and destruction of habitats. Marine animals also are at risk of ingesting the garbage, such as plastic bags, straw, and fishing line. This can block their digestive tracts and lead to starvation. In addition, Garbage disposals in water also can cause a number of economic costs such as clean-up costs, loss of tourism, damage to property, loss of productivity, and health costs. For example, the cost of cleaning up garbage in the water can be expensive, including the cost of hiring workers, purchasing equipment, and transporting the garbage to landfill or incinerator. Garbage in the water also can make an area unattractive to the tourists, which leads to a decrease of tourists. Garbage in the water also can cause damage to the boats, docks, and other property. The increase of disease also leads to increased healthcare costs.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Athirah binti KHAIRULAZMAN and my metric number is 216651. So now I will explain about how to overcome garbage disposal in water. So actually there are many ways to overcome this problem, but right now I only will explain the three of them. So firstly is by improving waste management, secondly by sustainable gardening, and lastly is by education and raise awareness. Better waste disposal and management start in every home. It is simply not enough if we only rely on to our local garbage collector to do the job. So we must also do our part in proper waste management at home. While we are spending more time at home, so let us practice this easy proper waste disposal and management method which we can do at home. So what we can do to improving waste management? So firstly, you have to make sure you do a proper trash disposal. So firstly, what we can do to do a proper trash disposal is separate recyclable. Sort your waste into different categories such as paper, plastic, glass, and metal. So secondly, you need to avoid littering, especially in new water bodies, as it can easily find its way into water. Thirdly, do not flush items like wet wipes, cotton balls, tampon, or any non-biodegradable item down to the toilet. Use appropriate waste disposal method, such as placing them in the trash bin. So lastly, what we can do to improving our waste management is do the 3R method, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So second ways to overcome this problem is by doing a sustainable gardening. So what is actual example for this method? So firstly, what you can do is reduce excess pesticide and fertilizer use, and secondly is composting. When using pesticide or fertilizer for gardening or agriculture, follow instruction carefully to prevent excess chemical from entering water system. Choose for natural or organic alternative whenever possible. Next, compost organic waste like food scrap or yard trimmings instead of throwing them into water system. Composting provides a valuable source of nutrient for plant and reduce the amount of waste ending up in water. And last way to overcome this problem is by education and raise awareness. What we can do is spread knowledge about proper trash disposal practices within your community, and make sure that they know the importance of proper waste disposal in water system. Encourage others to adopt responsible practices and participate in community cleanup initiative, and encourage friends, family, and neighbors to adopt responsible waste management habit, and highlight the importance of recycling and reducing waste. So remember, individual action collectively make the significant impact. So by implementing these practices and encourage others to do some, we can reduce our waste in water and contribute to a healthy environment. So that's all from me. Thank you.
As a conclusion, every individual's commitment to responsible waste management plays a vital role in preserving the quality of our water resources. resources and protecting the balance of aquatic ecosystems.